It's 6 digits.
What's up, fam? Welcome to another episode of Six Figures to Bigger Figures. This is my story of how I inherited, lost, regained, and will surpass a six-figure net worth. I'm bringing you guys along with me for the journey. All I ask is that you like, share, and subscribe to @6FTBF. All right. So I did an interview the other day that's currently on Market Watch press release, in which I disclosed the impetus for my journey. I want to get a bit more in depth in that today. I'm going to get a bit personal here, all right? But the reason for doing this is that I want to be honest. And I think it's fair, but it isn't fair to you guys, nor is it to me, if I'm not being authentic and fair and honest in doing this. So get ready to get personal, all right? So also, random Rubiks Cube. I'll explain that later, all right? But let's get into it.
It's 6 digits.
All right, so 2 years ago, I made one of the toughest decisions I ever had to make. And that was leave my corporate job at one of the best companies in the world. I love this job. I really do. I still love the corporation. But it was starting to interfere with the only other thing that could be more important, and that's family. So, in order to properly explain what happened, the entire situation, I think it's fair that I go back maybe 3 years. So, 3 years ago, I got a job as a senior business analyst. And this is a role that I always wanted. It checked all the boxes for me. It was a six-figure income. It's high visibility. It was gratifying. It was challenging, but I like challenges. So, ergo. I like puzzles. And it checked all those boxes, and it was great. And honestly, at the time, I actually told my wife, I said, you know what? This is it. I think I made it. I don't think I have to do much anymore. I can put it in, I can coast it out here. This is it. I got the role that I always wanted, and it's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time before I get to a senior manager position. And that's it. I mean, of course, it's still going to be work, obviously. I didn't expect it not to be work. But as far as the hustle and bustle is concerned, I figured, I can hustle and bustle, but I don't have to worry about it anymore because this is it. This is a great role. I actually got a lot of visibility in this role. I learned a whole lot in this role, gained a lot in this role. Well, here's the issue, right? I'm saying all these great things about the company or about my situation, but I still left, right? This role took up a lot of my time. And when I say a lot, I mean it took up a lot of my time. And so much so that my daughter, she wouldn't see me. So I would see her in the mornings, to take her to school. But as far as bedtime, dinner, I was a mystery. And my whole world turned upside down. And I'm here in this position, and I'm thinking, but I don't get it. This was it. This is what I signed up for. I don't have any problem with hard work. Trust me on that. But for some reason, this role was just, it just, things weren't falling out right. And part of that, I wasn't working out like I used to work out. You know, I was losing gains. Can't be doing that, right? And my daughter one morning, here's a little picture of my daughter. My daughter one morning, while I hugged her before class, before taking her to school, she hugged me and she said, "I miss you, Daddy." I used to get emotional about that because I'm like, what am I doing? I'm providing for my family, but my daughter isn't seeing me. Is that what parenting is about? You know, is that what being a partner is about? I don't think so. So, you know, and let me say this is no indictment on the company. It's really more an indictment on the situation, more or less, that I came into in that role or whatever, but it's no indictment on them at all, right? But it forced me to make a very difficult decision. And so I did it, you know? And it was so bad when I made this decision that when I had a discussion with, I'm not trying to name drop, trying to keep it clean. When I had a discussion with the person that was ahead of the entire department, I had a one-on-one conversation with this person as I was about to leave. And that person looked at me and he said, "What's wrong with you? I thought you'd be happy. You're leaving, right? Isn't that what you wanted?" And I was torn. I mean, I shouldn't be, right? But I was torn. I was like, yeah, I guess, you know? But I was so committed. I was so tied to that company. It was like a part of me left. And then so I didn't know when I left, I had an issue. And that issue was, what am I? How do I define myself? I worked so hard to get to that position that I was happy I got there. But after being there and now leaving, I couldn't define who I was anymore. Because the first thing I would tell any person that asked me, "What do you do?" or, you know, anything about me, that's the first thing I pulled up. And so then now it was gone. And now I'm lost at this moment, soul searching, having a midlife crisis. Like, what's going on? How do I define myself? So I went and I asked all my closest friends, coaches, life coaches or mentors, excuse me, if you will, friends. I sent a survey to them, just asking them, "Hey, what are my greatest strengths?" Because now I was trying to figure out something. Like, what is it that I'm meant to do? Like, why am I here? What is it that I do that you think I do the best? And the idea was, and I encourage any of you guys that are going through that to do the same. If you find yourself in a position where you're just not sure, you know, what your mission is or what your purpose is, are you even doing the right thing? Go ahead and ask friends and family. Do a survey and just ask them to list the top 3 to 5 things that they feel are your strengths. And if they give you that, you'll be surprised, or you may not be surprised. And that's the whole idea, right? If you're not surprised, then you always knew what you were meant for, or what you were meant to do. For me, the process was somewhat revealing, a little bit surprising, but not totally surprising. I got the results back, and I said, you know what? Okay, I think that makes sense. I think I know what I must do. So what my purpose? So I devised a mission. What is my purpose? And my purpose is financial freedom and to bring as much people as I can with me. And that's why I'm doing this. As you notice, like, I don't sell anything to you guys, right? Because I'm not trying to sell anything to you. I'm really just trying to give information. Like, literally, I'm trying to give information. And because I know where I'm going to go. The groundwork is there. I'm putting in the work. It's going to happen, right? So what have I done since leaving? Well, for one, I've grown my business. I've grown my consulting company. Something that I never thought I could do. I'm on 2 finance committees. I'm a CFO for nonprofit. I've acquired real estate, more real estate. I self-manage my retirement fund, my rollover fund. And of course, I started this platform, obviously. And I have a son. I expanded my family. And guess what? I'm successful at all of it. All right? I'm successful at all of it. And that brings me back to this. The Rubiks Cube. I remember the first time I learned how to do this, or why I desired to learn how to do this. The reason why I wanted to do this so bad, because I thought it was so impressive. As a kid, I thought it was a complete mystery. I was like, how does one do this? Right? Like, how does one figure out how to solve the Rubik's Cube, the mystery of the Rubik's Cube? I thought it was an amazing thing. Then I figured it out, right? It's just an algorithm. So I've memorized it. And the reason why that's important is that gets me to one of the most important assets that we all need to exploit if you want to be successful. And that's your mind. Okay? You can do anything you want to do. There's very few things that you can't do. And I do this every now and then to remind myself that something that was so mysterious is actually pretty easy once you know how it works, once you know the inner workings of it. You know the rules, you know how to play the rules. Then it's just a matter of time. That is the second asset, time. All right, so this is probably 1A and 1B. Time is probably one of the most valuable assets that you have out there. And you have to protect it at all costs. And what corporations do, and they're not wrong for this, right? It's fair. You give the corporation some time. You give the corporations your mind, right? They exploit that and they pay you. It's perfectly fine. But what you need to do is save some time and some mind for yourself, okay? There's a gold mine in here. There really is. So some of the things that I've done, as I mentioned before, I was wondering what I should share and what I shouldn't share, because I'm trying to be careful in what I'm doing, you know. But I'll share this. I'll share this because again, I have to be honest, right? I have to pull the curtain back. I have to show you guys the results, what I'm doing, what I was able to do with my mind. So let's talk about my brokerage account. My rollover, well, not my brokerage account, but my retirement account that I rolled over from my company. I put that into a self-managed IRA, and I manage it myself. In April. Started in April. When I did that, my financial advisor, shout out to him, no shade. We had a whole long conversation prior to that And he said, why would you do that? And he gave me all these wonderful reasons why I shouldn't do it. And they're all really good reasons. Like, I'm really like no shade. But I felt deep down inside that, why not, right? Like, anything that, there's a few people out here that are complete and absolute geniuses, without a doubt. I think Elon Musk, Einstein, they're great minds out there. Steve Jobs. But the majority of everyone that's out there successful who are doing things, they're just like you and I. They're literally just like you and I. There's nothing that they have that we don't have. It's all in here. So as he was telling me all these reasons why I shouldn't do it and why I should, and have them manage it, I bet on me. I said, nah, I'm gonna manage it. And I'm gonna show you guys what my brokerage account did. Check this out. This is in what, 6, 7, 8 months or something like that. Now, granted, the way the market is going, so easy a caveman can do it, right? But I can almost guarantee that if I took that to a hedge fund somewhere, I wasn't getting that return. Now, my mind's been unlocked. Level up. There's no going back. That's it. And this doesn't even reflect all my plays. I still have plays that haven't developed, right? That's just a couple plays I've developed. Not all of them. And I'm already here. I'm thinking 5 years ahead, right? And I'm ready here. So in 5 years, come see me, right? We're going to talk about where we at in 5 years, okay? And there's more ideas up here. And all it took is time to meditate, focus on myself, time with my family, time with my daughter, right? Time with my son, time with my wife, and time with myself, most importantly, right? Time with yourself. Think about what your purpose is. Spend time with yourself. Meditate on it. And in due time, the answers will come to you on what your purpose is. And this is mine. This is why I'm here. So thank you guys for following me. This has been a great year for me. I couldn't imagine 2-3 years ago I would be here right now. And I'm happy. All right? So remember, like, share, subscribe. Keep following me. I'm going to be here, and I think it's going to be my last episode for the year. I'll be back next year. And remember, I'm not trying to show off anything. All right? None of this is supposed to show off. I'm just trying to show you a vibe. All right? Peace.
It's 6 digits.